There is one point I want to highlight specifically, which I have understood very recently after meeting a lot of students. Okay, there are actually two feedback. First one is more important for you from an examination perspective. Second important feedback is more important for you from a career perspective. You want somebody who's going to guide you, who's going to mentor you, who's going to give you clear idea of how to prepare for exams, what are the various aspects in auditing, accounting, finance. That is what this entire period of articleship is for. It is not for slogging so hard that you don't even take your exam leave. He went and asked the question. You know what they said? They said, please defer your exams. In the industrial training period, we will not give you any leave. So he left it. Within 1 week, incidentally, he got from another investment bank and they said, yes, we will give you 4 months leave. I said, please go and plan. Please don't think that if you lose that one particular opportunity, you will not get another opportunity. There is nothing like that, boss. Second thing is start communicating.
To keep yourself updated, subscribe to Indigo Learn and click the bell icon and download our app OneFin to start learning on the go.
Hello friends, to all my CA students who are preparing for the CA intermediate, foundation, final exams, in the upcoming attempts, immediately upcoming attempt, I have one very important discussion. I know that a lot of thoughts might be going around in your mind with regard to exam paper correction, how is your preparation, how will the exam paper be, how will they evaluate my paper, all of those. I understand all of those issues and they are all genuine and valid issues, and believe us when we say that almost every student goes through all these concerns. Okay, so we understand those concerns and we believe that these are all genuine valid concerns and we'll try our best to help you out. But this topic, what I'm going to discuss today, the agenda of this short video, what I'm making is something very different. There is one point I want to highlight specifically, which I have understood very recently after meeting a lot of students. I don't know how many of you are aware, we conducted student meets in Hyderabad, we conducted it in Coimbatore, we conducted it in Chennai, and we are planning to conduct a lot more student meetups in the coming few days, months and weeks. Right. Now, after meeting a lot of students across these locations, there is one very strong feedback that I've got. Okay, there are actually two feedback. First one is, more important for you from an examination perspective. Second important feedback is more important for you from a, career perspective. So, I will first discuss about the examination perspective issue. The feedback that I have is, or rather the sense that I got after meeting a lot of students is that a lot of students want to postpone their exams. I initially was not able to understand when people would come and say, sir, I want to postpone my attempt to the next attempt. Can you give me extension? I want to write next time. I am not well prepared. I was wondering, why is there this sudden sea of activity of people coming to me, a lot of people coming to me and saying, sir, I'm not able to write my exam, please help me out, kindly extend my attempt. So I don't know how many of you know, Indigo Learn is one of the only few people, in fact, I think we are the only guys who offer this extension facility, and we have been doing this for a long time. So if you write the exam and, if you are not confident of clearing, or after results you don't clear, we offer an extension facility if you make a part payment of the fee. The fee details and all you can check out with the support team and they will help you out, right? But we are the only ones who provide it. So a lot of students started approaching me and saying, sir, can we postpone the course? Can you give me access for 3 more months, 6 more months? I was not understanding. Then I started digging deeper. And this started in, the first meeting in Hyderabad, and then I felt the same thing in Chennai, then I found the same thing in Coimbatore also. What was it? The students, and this is very unfortunate, and my heart really goes out to these students, okay? The students were not being given exam leave by their firms or the principals. So, they could not start preparing. Even though they have paid 20,000, 30,000, whatever the amount of money they have paid to me or paid to somebody else, they have paid the money for coaching classes, but they are not able to make the best use of the coaching classes. Why? Because their principals are squeezing the hell out of them. They are making them work morning to night, not giving them normal weekend leave, not also giving them examination leave. So guys, I strongly believe that this is something that you have to individually do. Okay, there is a lot of things that you can do together, but this is something, you have to individually handle. You have to put your foot down. You have to realize that you are an intern, you are an articled clerk, you are doing an apprenticeship. Okay, you are not an employee, you are not a slave. Okay, you are not a slave. Please mark my words, you are not a slave. You should first realize it, and you should have a very open, clear-cut discussion with your principal. Okay, when I say principal, your firm principal, it could be partner or whoever is the one who's managing you or who has control over your leaves, right? All of you are aware, roughly 1/6 or 1/7 of your articleship period is given to you as leave, right? that leave, if you are not, it is your entitlement, boss. It is what you are entitled to. Okay, and you can take that for your examination purposes. If that leave they are not giving it to you, how are you expected to study? Which is why a lot of students come back to me and say, sir, we are not getting leave, so please postpone my attempt. Arey boss, your principal, if he or she has some, quarterly filing, annual filing, income tax filing, transfer pricing filing, company closure, closure of financial accounts, all of that are his or her problems. You should definitely support them, but not at the cost of your exams, no? You cannot say, I will postpone my attempt by 6 months. Arey, who will give you back 6 months of your life? It is your life. Okay, it is easy for me to say, but even still I'm going to say it. It is your responsibility. You have to go and talk to your principal. You are the one who's supposed to go and communicate, saying, sir or madam, okay, sir or madam, I am not an employee. I am an article clerk. I am an intern. I am supposed to get leave. I am here to learn the work. I am here to complete the studies. I am still a student. I am not an employee. Give me my leave, I will study, I will write the exams, I will go for my exams, and I will come back and I will work for you. You have to communicate this very, very clearly to your principal. You have to, if possible, do this at the beginning of your articleship itself. Please talk to your principal or partner, whoever it is, and communicate, these are my expectations. Okay, this is what I want. I feel very miserable, man, because so many students came back to me saying, sir, I am not getting leave. Who are they to hold your life at ransom? I don't understand. If, which is why it is very, very important that when you join articleship, you do proper research. It is not like you walk into any CA firm and then ask for articleship. No, you should not do that. You should talk to seniors. You should talk to your friends. You should talk to peers. You should go to people whom you know, whom you are aware of. You should go and talk to, if you don't know anybody in the firm, go there on a, day when nobody is there, go and talk to some people who are already pursuing CA. Ask them whether they get leave. Please do due diligence. I hope most of you know meaning of the word due diligence. Due diligence means checking. Please go and check for yourself what your potential principal actually, what their activities are. Because if they don't give leave, there is no point for you to join those firms. Boss, if you go to any of the big four, no matter, a lot of people keep saying that big four squeeze the work out of you, they exploit that, this and all, they make you work, 18 hours a day and all that. But they give you exam leave. They don't hold your career to ransom. They don't hold your career to ransom. They don't hold your life to ransom. They don't hold your exams to ransom. They give you 6 months leave, 5 months leave, 4 months leave. They give you leave. Right. So, in the new situation for CA final, the new syllabus, whenever it is going to be implemented, they have to finish articleship, then take 6 months leave, and then write the exams. That is okay. That is okay. But the new syllabus is not implemented as on today. No. So, as on today, if anybody is joining articleship, I strongly suggest you go and do your due diligence. Or if you have already joined articleship, I strongly suggest that you go and engage with your principal right now. Okay, talk to the principal and say, I want exam leave. I hope you will give me 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, whatever you are eligible for. Okay, I strongly suggest that you do this. If, as a last resort, if you are not getting leave, I suggest you go and write to the ICAI, body. You go, please go and complain, because your career is at stake. It is not that person's, some stupid income tax filing that is at stake. It is not that person's 30th September closing that is at stake. It is not that person's advance tax that is at stake. All those belong to his clients. Okay, he or she, again when I say he or she, it refers to your principal. The principal's responsibility is towards completing his client's work. Your responsibility is to work for your principal as an article clerk or as an intern, not as an employee. That fact I want all of you to understand very, very clearly. You are not an employee, you are an article clerk, you are still a student, you have not completed your education. This training is part of your education. Okay, I am saying this so many times because I'll give you one more example. I felt again miserable when I heard this guy. Hey, one guy wanted to join industrial training in one, very fancy investment bank in Bangalore. Okay, he reached out to me. He said, sir, I got an offer from this investment bank. What do you think as an industrial trainee? I want to move away from, CA practice. Anyway, I'm not going to do practice. I want to join an iBank later in my career. So, shall I go and take industrial training? The first question I asked is, please ask them how many days leave will they give you? He went and asked the question. You know what they said? They said, please defer your exams. In the industrial training period, we will not give you any leave. Then I told him, Dekho boss, if this is how they are going to treat you now, even before joining, you might as well forget joining that organization, because they are going to treat you like an employee. You want somebody who's going to guide you, who's going to mentor you, who's going to, give you a clear idea of how to prepare for exams, what are the various aspects in auditing, accounting, finance. That is what this entire period of articleship is for. It is not for slogging so hard that you don't even take your exam leave. Right. So that person, and when I spoke with the student, he said, sir, you are very, very right. Let me not join that iBank, that large bulge bracket, world's biggest bank, by the way. Okay, I don't want to take names. World's biggest bank, world's biggest investment bank. So he left it. Within 1 week, incidentally, he got from another investment bank, and they said, yes, we will give you 4 months leave. I said, please go and join. Okay, so the first bank said they will not give any leave, and he left it based on my advice. Second investment bank came and said, yes, we will give you 3-4 months leave. He said, very good, please go and join. So please don't think that if you lose an opportunity, or if you lose this, your principal, or whoever is the company who has complete control over you, and if you lose that one particular opportunity, you will not get another opportunity. There is nothing like that, boss. Life is full of opportunities. Okay, you should not waste the opportunities. That's the point. You should not delay your exams by 6 months, 1 year, just because you have to, work for your principal. Okay, so my strong suggestion is, please start thinking of yourself as an intern or article clerk right from beginning. Before you join articleship itself, please discuss this with your principal. Okay, if possible. If not, please go and do due diligence. Please go and discuss this with your principal, and please go and do enough due diligence by talking to seniors, peers, friends, relatives, whoever is there who know that CA firm. Okay, so this is the first point what I wanted to highlight, which I got as feedback after meeting a lot of students in Hyderabad, Chennai and Coimbatore. The second feedback that I had was quite a few places, and this I feel very bad for CA students, right? It took me so much effort to make people talk. People don't open their mouth. We CA students as a fraternity believe that my knowledge is supreme. I will sit calm, quietly and pray, and then automatically everything will happen in the world. Nothing, nowhere does it happen. You have to communicate. So this is one major issue I found across cities. It is not again in one city. Across cities I found this issue. Students actually don't communicate. They don't open their mouth. They are scared. I don't know whether they were scared of me, because it didn't appear so. They were generally, they were not able to communicate. It could be, it need not be necessary in some fancy English, but you should at least open your mouth and start speaking, no? You have all these GMCS where they teach you communication and all that, right? So that is one aspect. But then if you don't put it into practice, how will you even survive? Because believe me, in today's day and age, most of the jobs are about your ability to communicate. It is not about your knowledge. Knowledge is available on Google. It is about your ability to communicate. It could be verbal communication, written communication, or some kind of presentation, something. It can be any of those. Right? So communication is very important. So I will probably do a separate video on this, but I wanted to give you these two aspects. One is, please start thinking of yourself as a student, as an article clerk, and not as an employee. And please ensure that you do not defer your attempt because of your principal's requests, or principal threatening you, or principal saying I will not give leave. That don't accept that as an answer. Second thing is, start communicating. I will be doing a detailed video on communication. Okay, chalo. So these are the things I had to discuss with you. I hope all of you are preparing well. I wish you all the very best. In case you have any doubts, please feel free to reach out to us on our app OneFin or on our website indigoloan.com, and we are always there to help you. Chalo. All the best, guys.